Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Gary coming straight out of Inglewood.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl Kennedy with an extra E because I go the extra mile.
Hey, y'all. It's Sullivan Grace, and just like my name, I keep it positive. And we're so
From the go.
Yes, sir. From the go, Chicago, Southside. You know how it go.
Yes. We're here on a Friday, and we have some amazing topics here for y'all at the From the Go show. And we first want to recap our True Star Fundraiser Rising that we had yesterday right here at our Bronzeville headquarters for our nonprofit. The Met Gala was on Monday that we want to get into, honey, because Rihanna was pregnant, honey. Okay.
Again.
We got the new Pope being from Chicago.
Yep.
True Star Confessions. We got a segment coming up for you guys where you all seek our advice. And we have GTA 6 being released that we want to talk about. No role models. Cenat being our person that we don't want to be
what
like.
he do?
Yeah, no, stay tuned, man. Stay tuned.
I know. I'm like,
they turning on Kai.
I'm
They turning on
disappointed
Kai.
to hear because, you know, Kai, he definitely has done a lot. So I'm just...
Yeah, I don't know, man. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's definitely an interesting no role models today. It's definitely interesting.
Stay tuned for that segment, and we have a special interview coming up for our guests. So can't wait for y'all to see this episode. We'll get right into the topics. First, like I said, we're going to talk about True Star Rising, which is our annual fundraiser. So for those of y'all who don't know, True Star is a nonprofit organization that produces this podcast. So we're right here at the headquarters in Bronzeville, Chicago, historically black neighborhood for a black organization. Okay, we are black owned, youth led, and we've just done a lot in the community. This is our 21st year. Today is True Star Day. Actually, it's May 9th. Last year, Mayor Brandon Johnson proclaimed this day to be True Star Day, and we're just so grateful for the work that we've been able to do in the community over these past 21 years. But like I said, we're a nonprofit, so we need those funds to come in.
All of that costs money. Like all producing this show and doing all the other stuff we do in the community, going to events, doing client work, doing whatever we got to do for our youth. It costs money. You know what I'm saying? It's not free.
It really does. It costs a lot of money. Y'all see these camera qualities. It's good. It's these cameras are not cheap.
Oh,
God. Netflix great camera. Let me tell y'all. Also, True Star Rising. It was an inductee ceremony type of vibe, and our very own Miss Sullivan Grace was inducted into the True Star Legacy League, y'all. She been here over 5 years. She been since high school. Like, you know, we call her TT Sully on the set
for a reason.
She been here for they call me TT.
She in a legacy league.
Oh God, TT Sully, mentor
she been here for
Sully,
a while.
Whatever, man. You know she been here a while, but it's nice to see Sully get her flowers though, because she really be doing a lot around here, man. Leading the social media team, running point on the whole podcast. You know what I'm saying? She tough. She's tough, man. She our point guard for real. That's Steph Curry right there, man. Running point. Oh God!
I got Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen next to, even though that's a different era. But you know, the point is still the same.
Oh God, C Jordan, I'm Pippen. You know what I'm saying? I don't who's Kennedy? I don't know. It was a white dude with the game winner. I forgot his name. I think it's Steph Curry's dad.
It wasn't
it wasn't Larry Bird.
Oh, it wasn't.
I
don't know.
We know basketball. Like, what's my
I don't know NBA. I thought it was Larry Bird.
It's not Larry Bird. I think it's like Steph Curry's dad who was like hit.
How about with Angel and Fly J?
Yeah, Steph Curry's dad.
Why we can't be Angel and Fly J?
I think.
Why we can't be Angel and Fly J?
Hello.
No, Steph Curry's coach.
Why I gotta be a man?
He was on the.
Why we can't just be Angel and Fly J?
Sully's a man too. She's Michael Jordan. Anyway, shout out to the Knicks.
I'm a man, y'all.
Shout out to the Knicks. If they win the championship, that's gonna be crazy. But look though, True Star Fundraiser, we raised a lot of money. I appreciate everybody who came out. You know what I'm saying? Sully got her flowers. One of our journalism students got his flowers.
Yes,
he's doing crazy stuff on the journalism side. So shout out to True Star, man. Gotta raise that money, man, so we can keep this afloat.
Yeah, I mean, for those of y'all who don't know my story, like I started True Star at 14, went off to college, graduated from North Carolina A&T, came back, home, and True Star welcomed me with open arms. So this is just an excellent organization. If y'all ever want to get involved, if y'all want to donate, the donation portion is still open. The portal is still open. So the link will be in the description.
PayPal.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Hey, treat it like a subscription. You
Go on
know
the
what I'm
True Star.
No.
Look, for real though, go on our website at truestarmedia.org and you can find our gift butter to donate.
Oh, yes. God. Thank you, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all.
Everything is also linked in the description box. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out True Star, man. For changing so many lives, man. Oh, changing my life. I ain't gonna speak for everybody.
Tell them your story about you producing a film.
Y'all know me, man. True Star's golden filmmaker, bro. True Star is the reason.
Self-proclaimed.
Oh, God. No, True Star is the reason I was able to get a full ride scholarship to Columbia for a year. You know, similar to Sully, I went to Columbia. I didn't graduate, but, you know, I left Columbia and then...
I didn't graduate, but...
I left Columbia, and True Star also welcomed me with open arms, you know, and they're empowering me to do my own thing, tell my stories, you know. So I really appreciate True Star for, you know, enabling me to be a filmmaker. It's like it's not me wanting to be a filmmaker anymore. It's I am a filmmaker. So and that to me is just so powerful, man. Thank you so much. So yeah, donate just because of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start donating. You know what I'm saying? What about y'all? Y'all gonna start donating? Y'all $20 a month. You know what I'm saying?
A little something.
No, they don't.
We are. I mean, once I really make it, I feel like I'll be able to
that's what I'm saying.
give back more. Right now, I'm still building my foundation.
Right.
But of course, givers give, like they said last night. Givers give.
Oh,
so
God.
if you have it in your heart, you know.
Oh God, thank you.
Yeah.
Support us, man. Support me, bro. If you sending money to True Star, you helping me succeed. Bro, why wouldn't
Gary needs the money, in other words.
You helping me succeed, bro. If you want to see another movie by Gary Langfield Jr., go ahead and donate, bro. On God.
All right, on to our next topic.
But on that one.
No, but we want to go on to the Met Gala. I'm going to pass it to Kennedy to give us the overview.
Met Gala 2025 was very much so that thing. It was very much so something everybody... I didn't watch it. That's going to sound crazy. But I woke up like, dang, what I missed? And I had to go back and like go through the TikToks, go through everything like, oh, Rihanna popped out pregnant.
Again.
That man
I love that for her. I hope it's a girl. I really hope it's a girl. That girl is going to be so beautiful.
Bro.
Really do. But the theme of it was tailoring black style.
Telling black style?
Tailoring.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
So, tailoring black style. So we had Zendaya pop out. We had A$AP Rocky. Diana Ross popped out.
Yes, I did.
And she was
see
like,
that.
she wasn't coming. Her son had encouraged her to come. So she got like, her train was like, all of her kids on it, and like her grandkids, and like it was just so nice. Like everybody had a look. Cardi B. Did you want to talk about Cardi B?
Yes, I was going to talk about Cardi. I wanted to talk about the way that she came in. Like I love the way that she had the umbrellas and different things like that. And people were making commentary saying that she might not put out an album, but she always gonna be at that Met Gala, baby.
I honestly feel like she toned it down this year.
Really?
Like every other year, she has these dramatic, beautiful trains. Like,
that's
not
true.
saying it wasn't equally as cute. I just thought she turned it down this year, and it's still 8.
It's just a chill year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe it's just a chill year for her.
It's
but like, I was expecting when I was like, oh, Met Gala, let me go see Cardi train. That's immediately what I thought, and I was like, dang, she had no train. Like normally their
what's a train? What's a
like a long
the back tail?
Like a tail, like you know what I'm saying, the excess dress that be just hanging on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I've always thought that was weird. Like you just getting your dress dirty. Like you just drive. Like you gotta have people carrying it. Like if
this is why we don't let men style us.
Okay.
All right.
Except for Law Roach.
Hey,
Law Roach, if you watching this,
I
love you.
If I was at the Met Gala, I'd be pulling up like Dempsey Idris, man. Y'all know Dempsey. Y'all know who he is. Y'all know Snowfall, right?
Yeah.
Bro. So he got a new movie coming out, right? On God. So the movie that he's in is called. What is it? Formula One, or it's a race movie. I forgot the name of it, but I think it's Formula One. And he pulled up in a like expensive race car, right? He pulled up. He got the full racer fit on, right? The helmet, bedazzled helmet. It was fire. But then he took the helmet off, and they had like basically ripped off the
You got it.
I do. The racer jumpsuit, they ripped it off and it was like this red suit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was clean, bro. The introduction was just fire though. Like he really drove a race car to the Met Gala, bro. So that's the type of introduction I'm gonna have in my wedding, bro. That's why it's gonna be so expensive, bro.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I didn't see his.
You-
I did.
I didn't see that either. So I like the way you
we live on
explained
different
it.
sides of TikTok. It's
do.
okay.
I seen Fly J's with the bow.
Uh-huh.
I didn't see Fly J. Do you have a picture?
Let me see. I think I did.
Fly J. Yeah, I know who Fly J is for sure.
Yeah.
Angel Reese.
You don't know who
better
it
know
is.
Fly J is.
Okay, I did like Angel Reese. Speaking of Law Roach, because do y'all remember that podcast that Law Roach, you know Angel Reese's podcast. Law Roach went on her podcast and she was asking him like, what are some styling tips you have for me? And he was like, I want to see you in more clothes. And ever since he told her that, her style has completely changed. And I love the look that she gave at the Met Gala. I feel like he probably styled her. That's who.
I didn't see it. Let me see.
Fly J.
Oh, I like that.
So basically, it was what I've seen was everybody kind of had like a tux type of almost look to that dress. So it was cute. I like that. And then Angel Reese, just like last year, they hopped on that jet and got right in that work. Mm-hmm. It was back at work on the court. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Who's the best? Who's the best dressed at Met Gala? Y'all feel? Like, go ahead. Put a
Let's
name
just
on
say
it.
one
Deanna
person before to put a bow on it.
Diana Ross. I'm sorry, I work with Deanna. That's all I be knowing now. But Diana Ross.
Diana Ross?
Yeah.
Diana
Okay.
Ross.
Sally?
Okay.
Just because
I like Angel Reese's fit.
Angel Reese's fit? What was Angel Reese's fit? Like, she had like a...
It was... Can you pull up the picture?
Yep.
We can show them.
Bro, I know.
Who was your favorite person?
I got Damson Idris.
Okay.
I'm just
Okay.
a basic.
He
I'm
just
just a
liked
simple
the
guy.
race car.
I'm just a simple guy,
He just
man.
liked
He
the
pulled
race
up with a
car.
bedazzled helmet. He got the most aura for real. Like, Damson Idris is...
Yes, it was very classy.
very classy, very sweet,
and I
very
love
nice.
that.
But yeah,
about
so
her.
y'all let us know in the comments. Gonna put up on this because we got time. But y'all let us know in the comments who y'all think was the best dress at the Met Gala. Let's keep this conversation going.
Right.
Yes,
Shout out to y'all, man. I'm gonna be at the Met Gala one day.
You are.
should.
Yep.
Our next topic is the new Pope being from Chicago. Apparently the streets is calling him Pope Von.
Pope Von.
I'm gonna let Gary take that away because I don't know nothing about no Pope Von now. I think he was born in 1955.
He
so
was.
I don't
He
know
old.
if that's
He old. I don't know
appropriate.
what's with the Pope and like nominating old people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know what they got going on, but his real name is Robert Francis Prevost. Or something like that.
Isn't he like the fourth or something?
I think it's like the 6th.
Oh wow,
Like the
that's
6th.
a legacy.
Oh God. So Robert Francis Prevost is 69, born in Chicago, 1955.
Wow.
So
Does he move to Rome?
He actually moved to what was it, Peru. He was a missionary in Peru for a while. So he
When
got
was
like
that?
he got like what?
When was he a missionary in Peru?
I don't know, but he's been there. They just say he's been there for a while though.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like he was like spending time there as a missionary. He got citizenship over there. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a big reason as to why he got nominated and elected. You know what I'm saying? But he's the first United States Pope. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he's from Chicago is fire, man. He finna be introducing deep dish pizza, like all of that stuff, bro.
That man ain't been in Chicago in 20 years. Probably.
It don't matter, bro. You take the man out of the city, not the city out the man, bro.
Once
you know
you
what I'm
in
saying?
Chicago, you will always
gosh.
carry Chicago with you.
Oh, gosh.
You always
But
carry
shout out
Chicago
to
with you
Chicago,
everywhere.
y'all. Y'all may have some type of sanctification on y'all.
You know what I'm saying? He is white, so he's a White Sox fan and not a Cubs fan.
I wonder where he grew up, like what neighborhood he grew up in, because 1955, baby, that was segregation still. So I'm just trying to figure out what, I would just wonder, like, what neighborhood he's
now
from.
he may be a little racist, is what you're trying to say.
I think.
I mean, Chicago is a racist city.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure.
It's very
just like
segregated.
Center,
It's
just
the
like,
most segregated city in the country.
Yes.
just like Center said, you know what I'm saying? Chicago ain't nothing but Mississippi with tall
With
buildings.
tall buildings.
But look, though, I think with this Pope, it's like one of those cases of like he from Chicago, but not really from Chicago because they say he grew up in like Dalton. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
he from the suburbs.
He all right, but you know maybe.
But shout out to you being the first Pope of America because we're not claiming.
We can still claim. I feel like we can still claim. I think so too. It only makes us look good.
I think so too. Like it's just a Pope from Chicago. The internet gonna run with it, man.
Right.
Like I said, we gonna be calling him Pope Von from now on.
Pope Von.
Pope Von finna shake things up.
He didn't know nothing about no Von.
Pope Von, man.
Like, Pope who?
Right. I don't know anything about that.
Somebody please Google this. Who is this man?
Pope Von,
absolutely
bro. He finna be in there say, hey, let's build this Portillo's right now on God.
Portillo's. You think they had that back
crazy.
then?
I just talk about it on God. Like you wow.
I do be just saying on God. Let me stop before my Christian homie find out. But no, right. That's
to put a bow in there. Let's just go ahead and
hey, so let me see. Oh, let me tell you about the last Pope. The Pope, his last name was Benedict, right? Benedict, and he resigned at 85 due to old age. You know what I'm saying? He just
wait. What?
I thought he died in office.
I don't think
Francis died. That was the last Pope.
Francis? I don't think he's.
Pope Francis, the one that just died.
Pope Francis died?
Francis was the one who
died.
What
are you talking about? This man don't know. This man said Pope Francis died.
Oh, I thought the last Pope died. I ain't died. I didn't think he died.
He died like 3 weeks ago. He died on Easter, bro. Where do you be at?
Oh, well, Pope Francis died.
How did he get this segment?
Pope
he don't
Francis
even know what
died.
he's talking about.
Pope Francis died. Hey, all I care about is Pope Von, man. Pope Von is in the office now, so that's all.
Gary. We should have just ended it when I said we was gonna end it, because now you wouldn't have looked bad. I got something else to say.
That man resigned at 80. What? That man just died a couple of weeks ago. What
did I get?
You didn't hear it? Oh, okay. So I just have a serious question. Like all of that news that was out about Pope Francis dying, you didn't hear about that?
I heard Pope Francis died, right? But then when I was researching, they said that the last Pope was named Benedict and he resigned at 85 due to old age.
That man.
So you think we didn't have a Pope? When did they say he died?
I don't know. I don't know.
We got to do better research.
Look up what happened to the last Pope.
This is why we need funding.
No, because I literally looked it up. That's what I'm saying.
This is
look up what happened to the last Pope.
He died. This is what happened to him. He died. It was a whole big thing how the Pope died on Easter.
The link will be in the description to donate to True Star Media to help with research and help with funding, so that we can get better computers, so that we can do research on the topics that we talk about on the #1 youth podcast.
Please teach a student how to research.
Moving on. That's me. We got our True Star Confessions segment where you all send us in things that you need advice on. I got you. And we go.
Things that
she don't even know how to introduce the topic.
I did. I said, well, you all send us in advice.
That was dry.
Go ahead, Kennedy. You got it.
Link in the description.
It's okay.
Just go ahead.
Just let it go.
Just go ahead.
So what's up, y'all? It's True Confessions time, y'all. And like she said, this is where you send in the things that you want advice on. You just want your opinion on. Right. True Confessions. Here we go. Also, y'all know I'm gonna go through this bill every year. Disclaimer. Right. Now, how your mama calling up here telling us that Gary told you not to go to college.
Don't go to college.
Don't do that. Right. You see, he don't even know how to do the research, the topic that he came up with. Don't listen to him. Listen to him.
Listen, look, we all just gonna start our opinion, you know what I'm saying? You can take it as you will, you know what I'm saying? That's with any advice. Like, you don't have to take advice for real. You can just pick and choose. Apply it to
take advice from people that you want to be like.
Right, yeah. If you want to be awesome,
not even.
If you want to be awesome, like
I don't even do that. You take advice, but you take everything with a grain of salt because you never know the part that they're not showing you in their life. So I never always be like, I want to be just like this person. No, because I don't know what you got going on in your closet.
You never want to be like a person all around, but if you see elements of that person's life that you admire, if somebody that's a millionaire telling me how I can become a millionaire, I'm gonna listen.
Just a little bit. I might be like, you said, wait, you did what, tax fraud? Nah, bro. No, I ain't gonna listen.
So an ethical millionaire.
I'm black. I can't be doing that. I'm so sorry.
But
no. So this episode and this confession it comes from a guy named Mikhail.
Mikhail?
The title is, do I choose faith or do I choose other people's comfort?
Faith in what? Let's see what we got going on.
Hi, my name is Mikhail and I'm 19. I'm thinking about leaving school because it's just not for me. I feel
that. Go ahead. Sorry. I feel that though.
And I feel stuck. I have a mentorship program that brings me good money. Before leaving school, in high school, I was doing construction, and I love that.
Okay.
Since being here, I've not been able to do those two things that I love the most. I hate being here on top of all of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Gary.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
My mom wants me to stick it out because I'm not doing bad in school, and I have a full ride. What should I do? I feel like school is draining me. I'm gonna start off. Gary's gonna go last.
Let me.
Gary, leave Gary with the final word.
Okay, bro, go ahead.
No, Gary's never gonna have the final word. I don't know.
Just go ahead. Just go ahead.
Okay. This is very deep.
He hates being there.
Like, he hates being there. No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm all about mental health. And like, you have to live and stay in your own. You got to live through your thoughts.
Okay.
Not even but.
Oh,
because you have a mentorship program that's bringing you money.
Okay.
You have construction under your belt, so that's the
construction makes good money.
They make good money, but you have a full ride. And the comfort of your other people, which is your mother, I'm assuming, because you said the comfort, and you have a full ride. I would say don't.
I know it's hard.
I would say don't leave school in a sense of leaving school. I would say see if you can do it like a virtual classes or even like do school back home. Like, don't not get your degree because you're smart enough to do it.
Right.
And who says you have to graduate in 4 years?
Right.
Take time. Take the time that you need to,
Right. But so like even with online is so draining too, bro. So like that's even worse. Cause like I did school during Zoom, you know what I'm saying, doing the whole quarantine thing. I didn't take school serious. It just wasn't.
It depends on who you are. Like
he's not. He said he's not doing bad in school.
Right.
It's the mental toll of it and the emotional toll of it. Like, dang, I can't do the mentorship program and I can't do construction.
Right.
He's doing good in school. Like that's the whole thing. That's my whole. Like if he was like, I'm not even doing good at it, I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. You're doing good at it. You're on track. If you're doing good at it, I'm assuming that you're on track to graduating and being on time. So I don't say quit. I say keep going. I say maybe change the location, change the time schedule. If you got to come back home so you can do your mentorship program and you already got this thing with the construction, do that. But do it at home. Don't not get your degree because education and knowledge is something that no one can steal from you. Yep. Like your knowledge of something is something that no one can steal from you. And even for me, like I never want to be the place where like, dang, I'm gonna regret not going to school or not getting a degree or not doing something that I wanted to do that I could do and I had the means to do it.
Right.
Especially if you have a full ride scholarship to college.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You have a full ride scholarship, so you can really with schools you can negotiate. So like if I got a full ride here, I can say, hey, I got a full ride at Howard. Hey, Chicago State, I have a full ride. I need to come home at Howard. Here's my grades. Here's my transcripts, whatever. Here's my test scores. Here's the proof of my scholarship. And they probably can, be like, all right, well, we can see what we can do for you here and see if your credits transfer. Because that's really what it is. It's really about making sure that your credits transfer so you're not going back.
My thing is chase what you love, bro. Like, if you love construction, you don't need to go to school to be a construction worker. You just don't. You don't need it. Like,
I wonder what he was going to school
he's
for.
Probably not going to be if he's talking about building a business, then he's probably going to have a construction business.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Right.
It's a great thing to do. But at the same time, I do think the security of school is good. Now, it would be one thing if you were going into debt and you graduating $200,000 in debt and you don't know what to do at the end. And then you got to try to build a business on top of that, which has funding that you have to start that business. That's one thing. But if you are going to school for free and you're already doing well and you have the focus and determination as a person to finish online, he said that it was because it depends on where he goes to school too.
Because honestly, I personally feel like college is not about the books and stuff you learn, because a lot of the stuff you learn through people in the
internet
and your environment.
Like you're like, oh, I'm forcing myself. I have the discipline to force myself and sit here and do the work. It's not even like, oh, I'm sitting here in the books. It's like, do you have the discipline? And if you're doing all of this and say you don't want to be here and you still passing all your classes, you still doing good, that's determination. That's self-control. That's, I know I'm here for a reason, I'm going to get it done. Yeah. I say stick to the program of like your mentorship, your construction, do that. And probably do school here or wherever you're from. Like, I think assuming you're from the Go, because, you know, this is a From the Go show. But do school here or do school wherever you have to do it at home to do your mentorship program and build it around your schedule.
Yeah.
Like, you're smart enough, I believe, to have a full-ride scholarship. So you're smart enough to figure it out on that sense. But come back if you want to come back home, because your mentorship is also helping other people.
And it depends on what part of school is making your mental health toll too. Like if it's being far away from home, I know when I went 13 hours away from home, that was a lot for me. Like being on a campus across the country, I didn't know anybody. Like that's a lot. So if that's the part, go home, finish your school, start thinking about how you can develop relationships with people in Chicago that can help you build that construction business, have your school at the same time, and you good when you graduate. You can build a business and have your relationships and have a degree. Like literally you can't lose in that situation.
I want to say that you definitely should listen to Kennedy and Sully, right? They're definitely saying some good things. If you want to stay in school and you feel like you can't stay in school, stay in school, right? But if you don't want to stay in school, you don't have to. That's what I'm gonna say, especially if you're trying to be a construction worker. Like school, sure, it's safe. You can do it if you want, but just focus on what makes you happy and focus on what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe in, you know, having to waste time doing stuff that you don't like to do. Whether because I don't really know what's making them like hate school.
It don't look like it's the work. It look like it's the not being away from what
it might be the work though. I ain't gonna lie, for me it was the work. Like, and
he said he's doing well.
I'm saying, but I don't think it's the work. I think it's the placement. So that's all it is. But for that segment, we're gonna put a bow on it. Again, I think evaluate what's causing you to be stressed out of school and move on from there. Take our advice with a grain of salt.
Yep.
You know, but you got this. We believe in you.
Oh God, do what makes you happy, bro.
Yep.
I believe in you.
All righty.
Our next topic that we're going to talk about is GTA. Gary said the trailer came out. I don't know anything about video games, so I'm going to just let you have this, brother. Listen. Go ahead.
All right, y'all.
I'm not ready. I'm not going to lie. He's too excited.
I know y'all don't play the game. GTA 6 is a big deal, right? GTA 5 came out in PS3. I think it was like 2013, 2015 when GTA 5 came out, right? Dang. So we've been waiting on this game for like over a decade. You know what I'm saying? It's the most anticipated game ever, right? And so in December of 2023, they dropped a trailer saying that GTA 6 would come out this year. And it was a trailer showing the graphics, you know what I'm saying, showing the world, Vice City, and all of that stuff. And we was hyped. It's lit. It looks good. We want ready to play it. But then they came out and said that we're pushing back the date to next year, May 26th, right? And that's a big deal because we was just ready to play the game late 2025, right? But they dropped another trailer, and honestly, that trailer got me ready to wait another year, honestly, because it's a big deal. And not only just because of the games coming out for the gamers, it's a big deal for content creators, right? Because we're going to be able to Twitch stream the game.
I was just thinking about that. Like, y'all can be streaming playing the game.
Like, it's great for community. Like GTA RP, which stands for a GTA role playing, which happens online, right? When you play online, you can hook up with other streamers, you know what I'm saying? And y'all can just have fun and create content on the game. And the game is just going to be so immersive, right? There's a lot of different things you can do with it. Like, I'm hyped for GTA 6, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all don't play the game, so y'all don't really understand where I'm coming from.
Maybe it's for the best, though. We don't need you calling out for work because you on the game for 12 hours.
Listen, and and I'm glad you brought that up, right? Because I want to talk about this while we talking about gaming, right? Like, y'all know, I've been doing the show, you know what I'm saying? I've been increasing my workload a little bit. I have not been playing the game as much as I used to.
That's
and
I'm
sad. That's not okay. I'm sad, bro.
You gotta work, Gary.
No,
you got a job. You gotta work.
No.
You finna throw attention chapter.
I miss my game, bro. And it's like,
cry.
bro, because like I just miss my game. There were days where you would just wake up, eat, brush your teeth, hop on a game. But those days,
shower.
I shower at night. I shower at night. But look,
So after you play the game for 12 hours, then you
go shower, then you go
shower.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, it used to be days where we could just hop on the game and play the game, but now I'm growing up. You know what I'm saying? I got responsibilities, bro. Like I miss my game, bro. I don't play the game like I used to play the game, bro. And I hate that.
So I'm just one thing I wonder about for video games, why it's so popular for men, right? Mm-hmm. People say that the reason why men really like video games is because everybody starts at zero and you gotta work your way up. Mm-hmm. So that work ethic is on the game. Only being put to the game,
not in real life.
Listen,
but like in real life, like how can we also apply like
the
work ethic to something productive?
Listen. Okay.
I'm not trying to start like a gender war or nothing. I'm just saying,
you definitely just started one.
I'm just trying to wonder, like,
listen. First of all, when you playing the game, it's like we don't really consider it work, right? So it's just fun. It's competitive, right? In that sense, like we're all starting in the same place. When a game comes out, we all got it at the same time, right? So the strive to be better than the next person is what really pushes gamers. You know what I'm saying? It's that competitiveness. You know what I'm saying? Like work ethic outside of the game comes from like just passion about whatever it is you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
But don't competition, like competitive edge and like work ethic go hand in hand though? Because you want to.
I mean, a little bit, but not really. You know what I'm saying? Like.
So I think we're missing a point.
What's?
So y'all all start at zero. So is it the feeding like the insecurity of like the one being better than you? Than
Here we go. We're using the I word. We're using the I word. What's up?
No, I'm thinking like
the I word.
Insecurity?
Yeah, go ahead. No, but no, you just getting deep with it.
Everybody have people have those insecurities. Like somebody might be better than me or something, but like we all get a fair shot.
Right.
Is it that?
So wait, no. What's the point? So you saying that?
Maybe this is just feeding the insecurity of like,
you don't want anybody. Like your whole reality. And this is something when we were even just talking about the topics we were going to talk about today, right?
Or like your security. Like we were
talking about the fact that you can create your own reality on GTA 6, right?
Yeah,
you can create your own reality. So it's like you're taking your real life aspiration and putting it into the video game.
And what's the problem with that? It's fun.
But what about real? Like when you turn the game off, if they ban PS5 tomorrow,
it's gonna be a riot. It's gonna be a real problem.
How are you gonna apply this in real life?
I mean, Sully, you can't be upset because they canceled the game.
First of all, let me get the stigma out your head. Okay, let me get the stigma out your head. That if you just playing the game, you're just not gonna do anything in real life. You're just lazy.
I'm not saying it has to be either or, but like you spending 12, 16 hours.
Who said 12, 16 hours? I used to. I did not say you. Y'all said 12, 16 hours. I said that I was just hopping on the game and I don't play the game like I used to, man. That was just the main point. GTA 6 is coming out next year. I'm hyped for it, man.
Now he don't want to talk about the real
I'm hyped for it. I miss my game. I don't play the game like I used to, which is unfortunate. Today. I am going to play it today. That's good
because that means you're working. It could be a balance, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
You researching. You still don't know who the last Pope was.
I do. It was Pope Francis. It was Pope Francis.
I told you that.
It was Pope Francis.
They man died. He resigned. Like, what?
It was Pope Francis, bro. All right, GTA 6 coming next year. It's going to be lit, man. I might have to call off work. I'm not going to lie. It's just going to be okay.
Moving on, because we trying to save you.
Okay. Nope. Gary is calling off of work.
Gary is calling off of work because he wants to play GTA.
Excuse me, I just want everyone to hear that part. Yes. Gary is calling off of work because he's playing GTA.
On May 26th. Hopefully it doesn't land on a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday because I will be playing May 26th, 2026.
Everyone knows.
Everybody knows.
Alrighty.
I bet.
Moving on to our no robe. COVID 6 years later after the pandemic, he got COVID and the fever and the flu at the same time.
Listen,
so we got our no role model segment, which is our segment where we talk about people that we don't want to be like. We're all in our early 20s, you know, we're looking for examples and role models of people to be like, but we have some people that we don't want to be like too. So I'm gonna let Gary take this away. And we'll chime in.
This week is definitely interesting because it's like it's I don't know. I'm just saying, right? This week's no role model is centered around Cenat because now people on the internet is starting to hate on Cenat saying that he has an emotional stylist, which okay,
you know what?
An emotional stylist.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is they're questioning his authenticity, right? They're saying that he's like fake reacting to stuff, and he's like, you know what I'm saying, just not being his true self when it comes to him being on screen. They saying he's just putting on like this dramatic show, and you know what I'm saying, there's people telling him how to feel about certain things, right? Mm-hmm. And I just brought it up for no role models because I'd hate for any content creator to have those type of allegations where it's like, oh, you're being...
But is it that content creation? Like, people put on, like, that's the point of the show. Like, I'm not in the best mood every day I'm streaming, but I got a marathon going on, so I'm a
right.
Boom, and even during his marathon, when he did that back in November, it was times where he was like, "Y'all, I'm tired. Chad, I'm tired." Like I feel like he never, from what I've seen from him, he's never given me fake.
But if he does, fake. I just feel like if he is giving fake, reality shows are fake. They're just not scripted.
So true.
So like. Nothing you see on social media you should take as, oh, this is a real life thing. No one is showing you their worst possible state in life. No one is posting that on Instagram stories like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm down and out when they really down and out. Like, you know? So right. I feel like that shouldn't even be a thing. I feel like also he has this amazing thing coming out with the Streamers University. Yep. I feel like it's always gonna be something negative to come out right before or right while you're trying to do something great. So I just like, I don't even feed into that right now.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what I was literally about to say.
Yeah, he's finna do this amazing little university. All these little streamers, kids coming out, and the grown people that got 12 million followers still trying to do like. Y'all,
so y'all
leave
think,
that man alone.
Y'all think y'all think it's just they just hating on them, you know what I'm saying?
I think that every time somebody gets big and they get a certain amount of success and people didn't expect that from them, it's always something that comes out that tries to tear that person down. Like we see people getting canceled all the time, and not saying that everything that people do is right. Like sometimes you go back and find them old tweets, baby, you should have deleted that. Right. But at the same time, like in terms of I feel like people are just trying to find something wrong with him. People trying to find, you know, he's fake. Like y'all just pulling stuff out of thin air. Like let a black man be successful.
Let him be
period. But okay, and that's that, right? But AMP has also been in some drama. Y'all know Phantom, right? Phantom and AMP, or y'all just know Cenat. So Cenat is like, he's like one big streamer, but he's in a group called AMP. It's him, Duke Dennis.
I do know Duke Dennis.
Okay. So sick of it. Okay, like, okay, bro.
This man late.
Okay, bro. It's him, Duke, Phantom, Chris, Agent, and Davis, right? But Phantom was recently kicked out of the AMP house, allegedly, right? We don't know anything confirmed or anything like that. But, you know, Phantom has taken to social media like Snapchat, you know what I'm saying, which is weird. I don't know really the validity of that. But he's taking to Snapchat and was like, oh.
You make more money off Snapchat now.
Oh, really?
The content creators, that's why all content creators on Snapchat, they making more money off Snapchat than they are a lot of other platforms.
Hey, man, you learn something new every day. Yeah. So, look, he went to Snapchat and was like, look, oh, man, AMP is fake. They sold their soul, and they mad that I won't sell mine. And he's been, like, apparently kicked out of AMP. So, I don't know. AMP just have a lot going on right now.
What does AMP stand for?
Any means possible.
Oh,
you know
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. But I want to know what's up with Phantom though. Like I don't know. Maybe he can be next week's no role model, because I want to know why everybody like against Phantom. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's just been a lot. Nah, I mean, it's nothing really it's no real information. It's really just allegations. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to bring it up because it's weird. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of stuff going on with AMP. But I do like Cenat and his streaming university thing though. I'm not gonna lie. Because he had like 7 million applications for Streamer University, and it's beautiful. It's crazy. It's really wild. Y'all think I should sign up for Streamer University?
If you want to,
I feel like if you're gonna do it, like
like
nah, I don't know. I don't think I need to go to.
You gonna be like, man, I can't play my game. They got me doing homework. I'm in
right. I'm actually working.
Like,
Yo, they got homework.
My game. I gotta do the streaming university and Go Fest from the Go Show. Like, man, this is a lot of work.
Research.
Nah,
it's the hardest I ever worked.
Ain't gonna lie. If I can't go to streaming university if they got homework, man. That's just not feasible for me.
Literally, it's called university. You're gonna have some classes.
It's streamer university, so like the only homework I should really be having.
It's probably gonna be a course or something like that.
Something like that.
But yeah,
they may have you do research.
Look at Kennedy.
That man really just said that the Pope resigned. Like I'm not off
bro. I'm gonna hold
That's been on the news. And I don't even watch the news.
See, look, I don't know. I literally Googled
Instagram.
it. I literally Googled what happened to the last Pope.
Me too, and it said he died April 21st,
so
2025.
I don't know.
What did you Google?
I don't know what's going on, bro.
You looked on Wikipedia.
My fault, bro. It was just a little B-Lou moment. You know what I'm saying? Zias and B-Lou moment. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So
y'all know
that. I don't know that.
We don't know what you're talking about.
What I do know is that
about references, bro. This is out of control.
I do know that we can put a bow on this.
Okay.
And say that we want Cenat to be successful, and he will beat these allegations of him being fake. I don't know. If it is fake, I mean, just let him be great. Okay.
Let him be great. All right, bet. So in today's episode of No Role Models, we actually do want to be like Cenat.
Come on now, who don't want?
Like Cenat is everywhere, my God. That man.
Hey,
come on now, he got a commercial. Like, let's be
man,
for real.
Just be authentic, man.
A kid from what was he from? Queens or Brooklyn or something? That man was in a homeless shelter. I will always brag on Cenat like that's my brother. Cause come on now, like,
okay.
Literally he came from nothing and
Sully,
like made.
We're brothers.
We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Hey, I can't wait for Marlon Wayans' new movie. That's gonna be fire. Scary movie next year. That's gonna be tough.
Well, all right. Next segment. We finna give us another segment.
Right, you got to start talking about.
I think it's time to bring up our guest, ain't it?
It's time to bring up our guest.
Oh God! All right, go ahead, give us that introduction, man. Who we interviewing today?
Our special guest is. Let's do a drum roll, please. This is a big one we got right here.
Listen, it was hard getting this person.
Right, it was real hard.
Listen,
she be trying to act shy like she don't want to be on camera. But we gonna get some juicy stuff out of her today. Her name is Nate Thompson, and she is the co-founder of True Star Media, where we are here right now. And she is a Chicago-based social entrepreneur, and like I said, co-founder of True Star Media, where we are currently. And alongside Deanna Sherman, she has built True Star Media into a social enterprise, if you will. They launched in 2004 with the goal of giving young people opportunities to tell their own stories. And we just turned 21. Gary isn't 21 yet, but he's on the way.
One day.
Next month.
Just turned 21 today. Actually, today is True Star Day. And what started out as a newsletter has evolved into journalism programs, photography, podcasting, video editing, graphic design, production, anything media. We do it. We also do consultations for small businesses, but that'll be in the description. Nate is our chief financial officer, our CFO. But before she took the leap of entrepreneurship, she balanced working in the community at the Chicago Park District and corporate, where she worked in advertising. And we glad that she left her corporate job, because without her, we would not be here right now on these state-of-the-art cameras and at this podcast right now. So we are so happy and grateful to welcome Nate Thompson to the set of From the Go.
All right, y'all. She got a hop.
She broke her ankle a couple months ago, y'all. So on this Chicago ice, y'all know it get cold out here.
Be careful. Look.
She got it.
Come on now.
You got it.
There we go.
Woo! How you feeling today?
That deserves another round of applause.
That was her.
No jokes.
What do you mean?
We don't got
We can talk about it now.
It wasn't funny when it first happened.
It wasn't funny. I was like, ooh.
Scary.
Yeah. She got on 2 real shoes again today, y'all.
2 real shoes. No more boots. Let's clap it up for that.
Let's clap it up for that.
Oh, God.
It is.
I
like your shoes, too. If y'all ain't see them, she rocking New Balances today.
The New Balances.
Yeah, but they're like 2 sizes too big because my foot keeps swelling up.
So do you get 2
so
different
mad.
sizes now, or do you just?
This is the only one that I purchased. All my other shoes, I'm like, I'm just going to wait because I'm not finna buy a bunch of shoes that I'm not going to be able to fit.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm mad because, I like my ones and I can't wear my
ones.
Oh, my God, I'm so mad.
Can you not put your ones on, though? Because you don't lace them up, do you?
I don't, but I did try to put on my Dunks, and it was still a little too fitted. So I got a little bit longer, I think.
You got it.
It's okay. We happy that you're here today, though, to talk to us and drop some.
And I heard the jabs about trying to get me here.
Y'all, we've been trying to get Nate on since we started.
We just happy you on the couch, man. We happy you on the couch.
No, for real. I had a big boot on.
Right.
Then they would have been
Before
real
that,
jokes.
she didn't want to get on the show anyway.
I don't think there was.
She was like, "Oh, I broke my ankle. Perfect."
Right.
Let me go find the ice and
She didn't want
slide.
to get on the show so bad she broke her ankle in 2 different spots. Bro.
That's crazy.
She said, "Hey,
just so she didn't have to come on set. Just so.
Hey, it be like that, man. We happy to have you, though.
Sorry.
Thank you for
Very
being
happy
here.
to
Set
have
me
you.
up, man.
Did you pierce the ear?
Yes.
oh, you missed
Gary
it."
got his ears
Oh
pierced
my
at his
God.
fundraiser.
Yesterday from me in the middle of
Kennedy
the
That is
Alpha.
insane.
It's actually
right
still-
after Rise when everybody left. I literally Gary pulled out his.
They're not green. That works. Okay. Like
I ain't gonna lie,
They was good.
They were red at first, but it's gotten better.
I ain't gonna lie, I might have an infection though. I might
Why you say that? Is it
being a
itching?
professional.
I might have an infection. I don't know, it's just still hurt. You know what I'm saying?
That-
Have-
It's supposed to hurt. You got a hole in your.
You have a whole. It's
We'll
gonna hurt for
check
a
back
couple of
in on
days.
Monday to make sure it's not. If it's
No, it's
hurt
gonna
on
hurt for a
Monday,
couple of days.
that's gonna be 3 days at that point.
well, I'm gonna be okay.
Do you have the solution to
but for
clean
real,
it and-
yeah, I cleaned it
Okay.
yesterday. Everything cool. You know what I'm saying? Piercings are safe.
Stop touching it.
Oh,
Yeah, don't touch it. Make sure you wash your hands before you.
Because then
touch
you will
it.
have an
You
infection.
will have
okay.
infection.
Yep. All right, bet. So I ain't gonna touch it. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
Everything gonna be cool. Cooler $7 self piercing kit at the beauty supply. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna go to Clear and spend all that
No,
money.
but that's
Get
the
it
same.
how you
so
live.
it wasn't the $7 was the earring, but the set that's the same set Claire's used, which is how I knew about it. Like Claire's used the same little clamp thing, and that's all they do. So you paying for a high schooler to pierce your daughter's your
High schooler.
No, I'm so serious.
Did
that's
Claire
for real.
close though?
No, they still the malls.
I
Like
thought they closed.
them be high school kids piercing y'all babies' ears, and y'all could do that at home. And
See,
I need somebody
I'm
to
a
sue.
success story.
I need somebody to sue if it get messed up.
but
Oh, God.
you really
See,
can't sue them because you signed a waiver.
You're right.
And that waiver, it tells you that they're not professional people.
They pierced the wrong way.
So just go
It's
to the
not.
doctor.
Go to the doctor.
Don't they
Doc-
still
no.
pierce at the doctor?
So
They
that's
used
how I
to.
got my
do?
ears
Yeah.
pierced. That's how I got my
Go to a
ears pierced when I
piercing
was
studio,
younger.
I thought.
But they don't do that.
They
Well,
don't do
some
it anymore.
pediatricians do it, but some people don't. A lot of them don't do it. Only the
Oh.
old school pediatricians do it.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, well, let's get
Well, I
on
got
track
mine
with our
pierced by
questions.
Go ahead.
Let's, right, we getting off track,
Nah,
y'all.
that's-
I know, like, what are we talking
We
about?
just wanna go
We talking about
chilling.
ear piercings.
We
See how we
just
get off
chilling.
track?
Go ahead.
See how we get off track?
It's-
All right, so we want to talk about, like I said in your intro, you went from corporate to starting True Star. Apparently the story, Deanna tells this story so much, but she calls you one day randomly. She saw the cool work you were doing in Chicago Park District, and she calls you randomly and was like, what do you think about starting this newsletter? And from that point on, y'all.
Yeah, it's reversed.
Oh, you
It's
called her?
reversed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell that story. Look at me. We still don't know. This is why we need donations,
Do
y'all.
your- do your
remember it
research,
wrong.
Shelly.
She said, wait, who called you?
Right, okay.
All right,
So
come on,
tell
tell
us
us
that
the
story and like how that came about. What was that moment like for you?
Okay, so I was working at the Park District, and Deanna and I saw each other a lot, just at different community events. Because at the time she had a magazine with her sister, and so we were just kind of like running past each other or whatever. And I knew what she was doing. She was doing something for young women, and an opportunity came across my desk when I was at the Park District. So I was like, let me call Deanna. So I called her and I was like, hey, what do you think about doing this journalism program? And she was kind of like, okay. And I later found out she was like, what? Who is this? Because it wasn't like we was friends. We just knew each other in passing. We would see each other. And I did an event at the Park District and that had Common and Kanye, and she was actually there. And that's when I believe after that is when we got the opportunity came across, and that's when I reached out. And so we were kind of like, all right, let's see. So she worked on the grant. We worked on the grant, mostly her. Yeah, she did the work. So she did the application, and we actually ended up getting it. So I was like, oh, crap, we actually got to do something.
Right.
Yeah. So at the time, I was based at Rainbow Beach Park.
Shout out
And
Rainbow Beach.
Yeah.
That's really my stomping ground. I ain't gonna lie. Every 4th of July,
I went to Rainbow
Beach.
Beach too,
I'm
Gary.
at Rainbow Beach every 4th of July. That's tough.
Sorry, guys. I wasn't.
so I also worked at Jackson Park prior to that. So I was running a teen club at Jackson Park. So I reached out to a lot of the young people that was in that teen club, see if they wanted to do this little pilot program. And most of them came over and did a 10-week program. We didn't have an idea to do a magazine, a newsletter. That wasn't the plan. The young people came up with that. We just like, oh, that'll be a good idea to do a newsletter to show your parents that you actually have been going to a program, and they don't think you just out here tricking out. So it was like a twofold newsletter, and oh my God, it was hilarious if you look at it now. But it was dope then. But looking at it now, it's like, Lord, Jesus.
Looking at a lot of y'all stuff is just like, wow. Like, every single magazine is just like, what?
It's like to see where we came from to where we are now is amazing. But that's pretty much how it started. Just on the south side trying to figure it out.
Right. And so, as a CFO of True Star, you say you basically got to start with the grant, right? As a nonprofit, would you say that's where most of the money comes from? It's just like grants and like tell me about how the money operates in a nonprofit. You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting because with True Star, it's a little different than your traditional nonprofit because we were really stuck on this is not going to be like a theory-based program. We want the young people to really get their hands dirty, really understand what they're doing and not learn in a class a traditional style. We wanted them to do something and see the final product so that they could be proud of. So it allowed us to do more than just write grants. We were able to go out. We had a sales and marketing program so the young people learned how to sell advertising to be able to pay for the magazine at the time as it grew into a magazine.
Gotta bring that
back. To be able to pay for the magazine. And it was really cool because it showed young people, like Deanna used to ask, how do you think a show like Friends, for example, at the time, they were making like $1 million an episode, which is a huge deal. I mean, $1 million is a lot of money now, but back then that was huge. Like they were getting $1 million an episode. So her question would be like, how do you think they are able to afford to pay Jennifer Aniston $1 million per episode? Not for the season, per episode. It's 6 actors on there. And it's 20 plus episodes. How you think they're able to do that? And the young people were like, I guess because my parents pay their cable bill. And it was you laugh at it and it's like, man, they just literally had no idea. So that gave us the idea of we need to show them the business side and let them understand how this is a real money machine. Like this is you go into this, you can make some real money. And so that's what we did. The young people up under the leadership of Deanna learned how to do sales and marketing and how to sell advertising for us to be able to print the magazine. So to answer your question, it is a lot of grants. It's a lot of grant writing, and there's also going after individual donors who will be able to, kind of give us some of their disposable income. It's shout out to the individual donors. Need more of you. Thanks.
Yep. That was a just really. I was like, y'all need to do
that. TrueStarMedia.org.
Right. Tax write-off.
501c3, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But that's what it's really about, just building relationships, getting sponsors. We needed to diversify the budget so that we're not only dependent on grants, because at any moment, a grant maker can be like, okay, we're on to something else. We're not doing journalism anymore. We're going to focus on, homelessness, or we're going to focus on violence prevention and things like that. So we have to be ready to pivot and not be in a position that if something happens, then you got to shut down. Because that's what happened a lot of times with nonprofits. They're just not ready for the grant maker to say no or to pull back. Like we were in a position where we had a state grant long time ago, and this is when Illinois was pretty much going belly up.
Okay.
And we were part of the belly up.
Mean?
They were going bankrupt. They had no money. They was running out of money. It was real, right? And we were part of the belly up, and we lost that funding. And we were like, that's like a third of our budget. What in the world are we going to do? And that's when we learned, like, we have to diversify our budget and our money stream, because we don't want to be in a position again where if that happens, then we got to shut down. Because we cannot actually proceed with the organization. And it's worked so far. I always credit this to Deanna because she do vision boards, right? So she puts a vision board up at the beginning of the year, and she'll be like, I want to do this, this, and this, or whatever. And whatever she put up there, I swear, like specifically for True Star, it works. And I'll be like, dude, like you got some little sauce, like
Man,
she got she got some dust,
manifestation,
right? She put it out there. So I'm a strong believer in that. I'm a strong believer in Deanna's dust.
I love that.
That's what's up.
I love how y'all hype each other up in interviews, because she said the same thing about you when she sat down. Like, y'all are each other's biggest hype man, and I love that. Like,
listen,
yeah.
Tell you to go. Deanna to go. I'm like, dang, which one?
Yes.
It's both.
Right, it's both of y'all. Like, y'all
Shout out to
compliment
y'all,
each
man.
other.
Powerful duo, man. Y'all like Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler, bro. Oh, God.
I'll take that.
So I have a question concerning our last segment. Was young man wants to start a business, whatever, wants to step out on faith. What would give him one piece of advice, or anybody one piece of advice that's like, do they take that leap of faith, or do they do what's comfortable and what's like the oil machine?
I think it depends on your threshold. Like for me specifically, and I think I speak for Deanna as well, we weren't married, we didn't have children, we didn't have anyone dependent on us at the time. So it was kind of like, this is when we got to do it.
Yeah.
And if we go, it was kind of like divine order. It just kind of happened. We never sat down and said, okay, this is our plan. This is a strategic plan. We didn't do a business plan probably until like 7 years in.
Wow.
Like that's horrible advice.
Right, but it's real though.
But it's real.
It's
It's
real. You
legit
just
because
gotta do it.
we were kind of like tinkering around. Like she was still working a full-time job. I was still working a full-time job. We didn't know that it was going to turn into this thing where we would be able to quit our jobs and do this full-time. Because it's scary, and then at the point where you do have children and you do have a mortgage and car notes and things like that, you got to, move a little differently, because you need to make sure that you're secure to not have to go back home to live with your parents, and to be able to sustain. So it was a very long process. I don't think I left my full-time job until Deanna's first daughter, London, was born.
Wow.
So London is 13. So that's when she got pregnant. I was like, okay, so I got to leave my job so that Deanna can have her time with her baby, because when I had my son, I was able to do the same. So it's kind of like what you said, we, kind of got each other's backs or whatever. But I was like, okay, let me go ahead. let me breathe,
Yeah.
But, it's scary. I would say go for it, just because I've done it and it's worked out in my favor. And it doesn't always work out in your favor, but you also got to be ready to pivot, because if that don't work, something else can work. And if that don't work, something else can work. Because I'm not about going to a 9-to-5 that you hate. Like, that's hell. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, you spend the majority of your day at work.
Yeah.
So if you hate being at work, that's trash.
Yeah.
So been there, done that. And even when you mentioned I worked in corporate, I worked in advertising. That's what I went to school for. So I get this job. I'm working downtown, John Hancock building, got the parking space, got the insurance, got the,
got all the benefits.
I got the benefits. I'm, ready on my track, my upward mobility.
Right.
And I was like, dude, I am not happy. Like, it was cool. I knew what to do. I knew what I was doing, and I was meeting a lot of people and things, but I just wasn't feeling fulfilled. And I was like, I'm going to go back and work for the Park District, because I worked for the Park District while I was finishing school.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to go back work for the Park District, because I love jumping double dutch every day, acting like I could play basketball. I just love that, the youth feeling.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's where I want to be. I just got to figure out how I'm going to make money, doing my passion, working with young people. So I went back to the Park District. Eventually, they gave me a full-time position because I was part-time. They gave me a full-time position, and then shortly after, I met Deanna. That's why it says all divine order, because I had left the park. So I wouldn't even have met her if it wasn't for me working at the park. Although it's very weird, because she went to Whitney Young, I went to Morgan Park, and we knew a lot of the same people, but we had never met each other. Like, I went to high school with her high school boyfriend, but had never met her.
Wow.
It's very, it was strange,
like
how small the world is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you know such and such, you know such and such. So that's how it turned
like a
out.
movie.
It is,
Literally.
it definitely is. But I would, the advice I would give that young man is to go for it. You know, especially if he's in a position where, you know, he is at home and he doesn't have a lot of like financial responsibility.
Yeah.
But if he does have financial responsibility, you know, he might have to take it even slower so that he can be in a comfortable space to be able to take that leap. Right. And not have to, you know, like if he got 6 months saved up or whatever, and he can spend that time focusing on that thing that he wants to do.
Yeah.
Right. On God. See, amazing gems. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I'm getting
Not
so
on God.
much.
Right on God. That man love putting it on God.
Right.
That was an amazing dream.
My Christian homie gonna get me, man. My Christian homie gonna get me.
I want to ask you a follow-up question about that though. Like I didn't know that you were working your full-time job 7 years into you were doing True Start. So how did you balance like
That's Sully's favorite question.
like I'm just because like we all True Start produces entrepreneurs. Like we all have our own thing going on the side, and that's something that I'm personally struggling with right now is like balancing my own thing versus True Start. So how'd you do it?
Magic.
It was right.
Rihanna does.
I would say I did not sleep a lot.
Okay. That's real.
I didn't, but while I was working, I was blessed to work at I was working with the Chicago Public Schools.
Okay.
And I wasn't working directly with young people, but the department that I was in was working with young people. So I would work with putting together these huge academic competitions.
Okay.
And the person who was my direct report was Sylvia Nelson Jordan.
Oh.
And
Doesn't she put together the Chicago Classic?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so and she knows everybody on earth, right? So I use that time like, okay, I'm gonna soak up all the knowledge that I can, and this is what I did with every position, everything that I did. I always soaked up all the knowledge that I could. I'm working extra hours, I'm volunteering, I'm doing whatever, so that I can eventually put myself in a position to be able to be Sylvia. Or be that person.
And Tay does have the connects everywhere. Like,
So luckily, because I work for her and she's also a mom, my son was very young at the time. So she understood the value of having time with your kids. She also understood how True Star was my baby as well. And while me and her might be emailing back and forth at 3 or 4 in the morning, I wouldn't necessarily have to report to the office till 10, 11 because we working on what, she wasn't like real strict on, you got to work 9 to 5, and it was a lot of flexibility. So the flexibility allowed me to be able to still do both. But even with me doing both, Deanna was taking on a lot more than I was because I was doing the full time. So I was doing full time because at the time my son was little, and I'm like, ooh, I'm not ready. I was like, double dutch, jumping in, jumping out.
Yeah.
And so it took me a while to get to that point. And when Deanna was pregnant, I was like, okay, I just got to do it. And I was leaning. I knew it was coming. I was like, I'm going to have to do it. I had even talked to Sylvia, like, I'm going to need to be, stepping away. I'll still volunteer. I'll still help when I can, just because she was so supportive to me. I didn't want to just kind of leave her hanging or whatever.
Right.
And to this day, I still volunteer for academic decathlon because of the relationship that, I developed with her. And, but yeah, I was just blessed to be able to work in that type of environment, to have flexibility, to not have to be like, okay, I'm at this job 9 to 5 and I can only do what I'm doing 9 to 5. But it just, I don't know, I just been maneuvering and finding my place in these different blessed opportunities.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It was hard. It definitely was extremely hard because, I had a kid, I had a husband, I had this job, I got True Star, and I'm just like, something got to give. Like I can't just keep running like this. So thanks for London. being born. Because I might still been sitting there a little bit longer, like, ooh, I'm scared. But I was kind of like forced, like, I got to do this, or True Star can potentially suffer because I can't dedicate 100%.
Yeah. So
it's all about flexibility. Go ahead.
It is. Speaking of flexibility, speaking of double dutch, what y'all also don't know is that Tay love to dance and can dance. Where and when did this love for dance come out? Show us that.
Right, look. She added that last party in real smooth. Show us.
Hey, Tay danced enough at Rising. Y'all should have been at True Star Rising if y'all want to see Tay dance.
We had a dance party yesterday after the fundraiser.
With one leg.
With one leg.
Hey, she was hitting it though.
It's weird because I'm actually like super shy. I'm an introvert. Like I don't like people, but I'm always around people. It's very weird.
Yeah.
But I don't know. When I was younger, when I was little, I used to watch every video. Me and my friend Jamila, we used to know every video dance. All the video dances.
What was the songs out at that time? Like
at the time, it was this thing called Jukebox, right? And you could order, you could call in. It's a video show, right? You could call in and dial what video you wanted, and it'll come up in like 5-10 minutes. Yeah, I got in so much trouble because it cost my mother so much money. The phone bill was insane.
It's the fact that I really never heard of that.
It was called Jukebox.
I'm like,
and it's kind of like it was like an on-demand videos 24/7. And if you like, I would always order TLC, baby. And I would order anything TLC, and then she would order. And it was weird because everybody didn't see the same video. So if you didn't live in the same neighborhood, your video channel was different.
Oh,
wow,
it was weird.
That's actually good because imagine everybody waiting on their song.
Exactly,
it
would take too long.
You up north, and I'm like,
they probably got different call centers for the region.
So we would like do we knew all the video dances. So then when we would go out, and the songs would come on.
You already knew it.
We would knew it. So like I don't drink or smoke. So when I go to the club, the only thing I was gonna do was dance. Cause what else are you gonna do?
Man, I can't.
Cause I'm not going to the bar.
I can't wait to hit the club to dance.
Right. I'm not going to the bar because I don't drink.
You saw me. Oh God.
No, for real. So that was my fun. So I'm like the first one on the floor, and I'm the last one to leave. And I just always had, I just always had a good time. And then when I had a kid, at first I was worried. I was like, this boy ain't got no rhythm. Jesus, he sucks. And then all of a sudden, he was tap dancing when he was 4, and then he started break dancing when he was 7. So then I think the musicality started to click in because I was like, dang, because me and your daddy can dance. What you doing?
You telling me all this?
He gonna be watching this like,
and you looking lame, but now he likes to dance, but he's super shy, so he only gonna dance for TikTok. He gonna be in the corner.
Heartbreak song come on and then
exactly. Then he gonna be in his feelings.
Sorry, Jaquil. I'm sorry. I had to do that.
Hey, that boy was so hurt when you showed him his recording. That boy sat down. He was like,
so hurt.
That's not funny, bro.
Man, 17 is the worst age for man. It is. You can't do nothing about it either.
Right. Just deal with it.
He started to blush.
It's a rite of passage.
Right. I feel you though.
That
like
Fantasia was getting him.
Oh God, when I hit the club, man, I'm a dance, but I don't even know if you can call it dancing, man. I just be moving my body for real. Like I don't even.
But you just like naturally enjoying yourself.
Right.
You going out for a good time. You have to. That's what
dancing is.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You don't have to worry about it.
Dancer. Yeah.
Please don't be all that because she's saying that now, but in a second I'm gonna look at you like you're crazy.
Right.
Like
watching it at home, like look at Gary.
She's gonna record. She's gonna look at that.
Look at this clown.
So you kind of talked about. Oh, you guys.
Oh no. Go ahead.
So you kind of talked about it a little bit, but I wonder if it still is the best benefit of being a nonprofit owner or organizer. What was the best benefit of it?
What's the best part?
For me, the best part was because it allowed me the flexibility to be there every step of my son's life. I was able to pick him up from school every day, drop him off, go to the basketball, go to the tap, then go to everything that he had going on. I was able to be there every step that of the way. And I didn't know how important that was going to be until I had them, and I was like, oh, I don't have to ask, have a nanny or whatever. Yes. It's like sometimes I really like, Mom, come get this boy. Like, we need a break. But I think for me, that's the biggest benefit, being able to be there for him. And then after that is, ultimately it's the flexibility of not having to report to somebody. And, when I mess up on anything, I don't feel like I'm about to be in trouble. I'll be like blaming myself and like yelling at myself, but it's not like this boss like harping over me or whatever. Right. When I was younger, I was always like, I want to work for myself. I don't want to ultimately end up working for someone, which is why I think it's important what we do at True Star, with everybody having their own things going on. Like, we want everybody to fly. Like, you're welcome to stay at True Star, but that's not what it's about. We want y'all to go and be your best selves. And it doesn't mean you have to be an entrepreneur. If you are happy in corporate or, whatever, if you're going to work for a film company or whatever it is, if that's what you want to do, we just want you to be confident to do it. Yes. And even if it's being an entrepreneur, just understand that there's struggles no matter what you do, what field you decide to go in.
Yeah, you got to choose your heart. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. I love that.
That's fire.
Talk about entrepreneurship. I want to ask a follow-up question to what Kennedy was saying. So when it comes to the skills of being an entrepreneur, you have to be able to pitch yourself, right? And something that I hear a lot about sales is that people buy people, whether it's fundraising, whether it's like actually selling a product. If they like you as a person, there's going to be invested in whatever you do. So what would you say the number one tip is to being able to build genuine relationships? Because you've had a lot of relationships. Like you said, you were at the Chicago Park District. You had Kanye, Common. Like, you clearly had these big relationships. What were the key, like, steps that you took to being able to foster like these genuine relationships with them, instead of, coming out the gate asking for something? It's like, how did you do that?
For me, I would say, great question, because I'm an introvert, like I said. So I don't want to ask anybody for anything, because then if you say no, then I got to be mad. I ain't gonna like you no more.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna be mad. Like, I can't just like let that ride. Like, what you mean no?
Me no.
Right. Take it personal every time.
Yes. But being able to take the no's, that comes with time. But I would say, like, when I was in college, I went to Columbia here in Chicago.
Hey, shout out Columbia.
And because it's such a creative school, you meet so many different types of people. And I met people from all walks of life. They were in music and film and theater and business. And it was so intriguing to me, because when I graduated from high school, I was 17. And I didn't want to go to college. I legit was like, I went to college because I had nothing. I was like, what else I'm going to do? I don't know what I want to do. So I'll go to college and maybe I can figure it out. And I had to be okay with that, because, a lot of my friends was like, it's going to school or whatever. And I was like, I'm going to go, I guess. But it was so not like, oh, I'm going to college. And it wasn't that.
Right.
But
it's overrated.
I really felt like that. But when I stepped foot into Columbia, I was so excited that I went there, because it was filled with so many creative gems. And I feel like I was mad at the time because my mother wouldn't let me go away to school. So that's how I ended up staying in Chicago. She still will never hear the end of this. But she'd be like, well, it worked out for you, didn't it? And I'm like, dude, like, I didn't even want to go far. I just wanted to go downstate. But I know if I did, then my life wouldn't have turned the way, wouldn't have landed this way. But when I was at Columbia, I was able to network with so many different types of people, and we were all, on level playing field. And I met so many people, and it just got interested. I would just go to volunteering and doing all these events and doing internships and this and that. And me and my friend Danielle, she went to Columbia with me. She's actually my son's godmother. Nice. We became the two girl. I was a tall chick with the puff, and she was a short bald hair girl. She wear no, not like that. No, she cut her hair.
Oh, she cut her hair. Okay, it was intentional. Okay,
no,
it was intentional. Let's cover that up.
She wears an intentional bald. Crazy. No, but Danielle was like, she was like crazy. Like, everybody wanted Danielle to work with her, and we kind of like tag team on a lot of stuff, and just because of the professionalism that we have behind us working for free, people are like, man, if we gave them a budget, if we actually paid them, we probably get like the world because they doing this for free. So we weren't too concerned with the money aspect at the time because we were still young. But we were just trying to get all the experience and meet all these people. And that's when you started meeting like executives and people who can move and shake. And I didn't do, me personally and Danielle, but we didn't do anything intentional. It wasn't like a set, like this is how we gonna make this work.
Right.
We were just being our authentic selves. So even though I don't necessarily like people, I know, and it wasn't even a code switch. I don't code switch well, but it wasn't a code switch. I was just being myself, and because they saw my work and the dedication I would put into something for free, that became my reputation. Like, you know, if you work with Tay, you're gonna get, you know, quality work. Yes. And so I took pride in that. And that's how it happened. And I just got blessed to be put in these different circles and move. And, you know, that's how I ended up working at Vibe magazine in New York. And like Kennard was saying yesterday, I knew him because I worked at Vibe. And he was, you know, here at Vibe in Chicago. So just meeting those type of people and having that type of network, that helped me be able to maneuver. So I would just say it was just me just being myself. I didn't change up. I put my big girl pants on, even though I didn't really want to. Like, you know, I get nervous and don't want to go and present. And because number one, I don't want you to say no. I go in there like, you gotta support, you gotta do whatever it is that I'm pitching. You gotta hire me for that job, or hire True Star for whatever. And just give it my best shot. And if it's a no, I don't look at it as no. I look at it as not right now.
All right.
Wow,
that's actually fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, I'm like taking everything
I'm
in.
I'm just like zoning, like
yes.
You know, I'm actually thinking it's crazy.
Back.
You know, I don't say it a lot, but you know, I do miss Columbia a little bit just because of that. Just because of that aspect.
That
you know, that networking
crazy.
is like it's actually really real. Like
the professors there,
they're like industry professionals. Like they're not just teachers. They like actually work in the field. You know, fun facts, little story. I met one of my teachers, like professors, on set before. You know, I was working on a set of Chicago PD. I was a PA, you know, and then on the set, I met one of my professors. I was like, oh, what's up? We dapped up, you know what I'm saying? We had a conversation, you know, so it was actually like really interesting to see like make meaningful connections like that, you know. So I do miss that aspect of Columbia, but I think I can make meaningful connections without it. But
you can. But even if you're not physically a student at Columbia, you can still network with Columbia.
Exists.
Like half of the people when I was at Columbia, they ain't go there. Like it was people up in Columbia and they would be at the Hoken or, you know, whatever. It's like, you are not a student. But they were getting some of the same benefits because it wasn't like Columbia was holding stuff hostage. Right. And I think it was, if I had to be in school, Columbia was a great place for me to be since I didn't want to go to college. Right. And it just opened my eyes to so many different things on what I could do. So.
Dang.
Wow.
Nate, you low-key my twin, man. You low-key my twin. Because I really didn't want to go to college either. You know, fun fact, Columbia and Art Institute is the only schools I applied to. Like, really? Yes. I did not apply to any, like, universities. Like, I just didn't. I didn't want to go to college for real. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, so that was it. Real quick.
Wrap it up, B.
He came over here and told me.
Because I know if I interrupt you, Gary, you're going to crash out. So I'm just like, I might as well just let him finish out.
That was it.
It wasn't it. He was about to tell the whole story
I was saying.
on how he tried something in his dorm.
It's too much going on today. Everything fell out.
We're going to play a quick game.
Okay.
All right. Quick game. Quick little Chicago trivia game.
Production about to get mad. Go
All
ahead.
right. If you get it wrong, you out. All right. I'm going to go down the line. I'm going to start with Tay.
Okay.
And if y'all get it wrong, you out. If you get it right, you win today. Okay. All right. I bet.
You good?
Chicago trivia questions. Let me go ahead and All right.
Are you Googling this now?
Right now?
Bro.
Oh my God.
Enough.
Gary, we
The
talked
second
about
time.
this last week, bro.
Chicago trivia quiz right here. I got y'all. All right.
This is why
I
we
bet.
need funding.
This
Right.
Link in the description
Listen.
to donate.
the
Cash App, Venmo, Bank of America, Zelle, Chase, check,
Listen.
Wells Fargo.
Listen, y'all the ones holding it up. All right, Nate. The second most populated county in the United States after
Oh, my
Los
God.
Angeles County.
Oh my God. We no game this
Hold on,
week, y'all.
listen. The city of Chicago can be found in which county? Is it Cook County, Maricopa County, Harris County, Wayne County?
You thought this was a good question?
This is a good question. All right.
We're from Chicago. We know this.
All right. Look.
All right, here's the game.
I got a game. Look, it's right here. The question's right here. Okay, boom. The Cloud Gate sculpture known as the Beam is an iconic landmark located in which public park?
Millennium.
Got it. Boom. Oh, Millennium. You got it. Back.
Wait, what was the question?
The question, the Cloud Gate sculpture, also known as the Beam, is located in which park?
Millennium.
Millennium. You just said that because she said it.
No, I
because
knew
we
that.
live here.
Because I
Gary,
know that to be
I
fact.
need
Okay.
these to
Right
be.
past that boy.
All right, boom. From 1986 to 2011, which of the celebrity talk shows was broadcasted live from Harpo Studios in Illinois?
Oprah.
Oprah, right?
Go ahead,
Said
Oprah.
Harpo.
Harpo Studios. Oh, damn.
Oh my God.
Hey, man, this is the
Literally
question I need.
Oprah backwards.
Last question.
Next week I will
Last
be doing the
question, last
game,
question.
guys, just to let y'all know.
Reaching 1,451 feet above ground level, how many floors tall is the Willis Tower, known as the Sears Tower? How many floors?
Now that is a good question. Is it like 90?
How many feet?
How many floors tall?
162.
No.
Why do you know that?
It's not.
I
she
just
don't know.
randomly
She
guessed.
don't know that. She don't know. It was wrong.
Is it in the hundreds or is it 98?
You said 98. So the options are 95, 100, 105, 110.
110.
It's 110?
95. It's 110?
110.
I don't,
Yeah, it's 110.
110. Let me Google it.
You don't know? What the gosh?
Oh my God.
How many?
We need to do
wait,
some
'cause it's multiple
reevaluations.
choice. How many
And it
floors
should have a right answer. I just think it's
is
not
the Willis
reading.
Tower? It's
Right.
108. It's 108 floors.
It's 108.
That wasn't even the option.
It wasn't.
You said 110.
100.
105?
You
You
said
said 95, 100, and 110. So I said 110.
Hey, bro.
What
this
is
not-
1010?
Dang, that's
I
crazy.
wasn't gonna say nothing, but
No, she gonna call it out.
110. That's
Dang, my fault.
1,010.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't an option.
next week we'll have a more successful game. But for
Yeah,
now,
but
we're
this is a
so
successful game. This is
grateful.
great.
This was-
Chicago trivia.
This
They tell you
was
like the
great.
game, don't you?
Yeah, I'm from the South Side. That works.
Right. Oh, God. South
You knew the answers because you live here.
We all know the answers because we're.
Okay,
I didn't know that
Great.
Sears Tower joint,
Oh,
though.
God,
I
see,
didn't know
look,
that.
Look, if I had better questions, it would have been wrong.
So I knew it was like over 90
Learning lesson.
something because I feel like my prom was on 98th floor on the 98th floor. So I knew it was something
Oh,
above
that's where your
that.
prom was?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
then
That's
I knew it was something
nice.
above that because the little tilt thing.
That's
Oh,
fine.
yeah,
I've
I
been to
forgot
the
about
tilt.
that,
Tilt is
too.
actually
So
fun.
how you
I
didn't know
never
before
did.
it
I
was on
was
the top
too
floor, bro?
scared.
I didn't know. I got it.
You should have asked me about Chicago sports or something. Like,
Yeah, like
Derrick
Derrick
Rose.
Rose. Like she's into that.
Yeah. I was
Next
gotta
time
catch
we'll
the
read
trivia
the room.
quiz that I brought up.
So when we do a part 2 with you and Deanna, it would be better.
Okay.
With that being
See,
said,
y'all, hey, let me know if y'all mess with the game in the comments below, man. Just you know what I'm
Ain't that
saying?
wrong
It
with the
wasn't a
game?
game,
It's a
bro. It was
question.
just a
Huh?
question.
It was the
Oh.
question.
There
It
wasn't
was
a
a nice
game.
and quick game, Gary.
Oh, yeah,
but
on God.
Just
Bravo.
next time, the context. You just gotta
Bro.
do
Yeah.
better.
I got
And
you.
thank you so much for Nate for joining us on the Set Up From the Go. We
y'all
really
are so
appreciate
fun.
you being here. You dropped a lot of gems, and we hope that everybody can learn from
I
you.
should have did this earlier.
should've.
But you would have had
No.
you would have had
broke
jokes
your
about
echo
my black
purpose.
boot.
They would not have judged you. It's behind the table.
Yeah, but I have to walk over here.
Nobody
You
paid
would've
attention
had
to
to
that.
roll
We
over
just
here.
had y'all
Right,
sitting
because
there.
I would have had to roll over here.
Oh, yeah.
But no,
She had
it's
the
all about timing. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for coming this week. You know what I'm saying? This is actually, it works out perfect. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
Shout
It's
out to
great.
you, man.
All
My
right.
twin, y'all. Oh, God. Shout
All
out
right,
to
with
you.
that all being said, thank you guys for watching and tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share, tell a friend, tell a friend. Check out all our links in the description box. No Role Models, True Star Rising,
And the link to
Instagram,
donate.
Facebook, everything you need to know about True Star in the description box.
Yup.
Love y'all. See
What
y'all.
about
Bye.
Like, comment,
MySpace?
subscribe. Bye.
And donate.
See you later.
And donate. Individual donors.
Oh, God.
Donate.
Donate.
Treat it like a subscription.
Gary needs to learn how to research.
Oh,
Please
God.
I know how
donate
to
to
research.
save
Oh,
Gary.
God.
It was Google's fault. See you later.
For both of them?
You
Yes.
can find me on MySpace.
What?
Cut it.
You're taking it back.
I never even had a MySpace.
2004, y'all.
Follow me on
2004.
MySpace.
She owns a digital media company, has no social media. I don't know how that works, but it does.
That's crazy. They dropped my.
That's 3 days ago?
They survived for
It
a
ain't
while.
been
Skype just died 2 days ago.
Skype did too.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
Skype
Skype
did
just
too.
died 2 days ago. Rest in peace, Skype.
Rest in peace. You got FaceTime. Sound Soldier Boy.
Everybody take a moment of silence for Skype and my face. All right,
Bye, y'all.